Every day I'm learning something new about myself, and the older that I get, I like these more understated flexi type pieces, like if you know, you know. And one of my grail pieces that I will eventually get in the future, I am manifesting it because I can't afford a $70,000 watch, would be a Patek Philippe Aquanaut 5167A. Such a basic rudimentary looking watch. It is the wealthy man's sport watch. It is the I don't give a ish because I got bags of money type watch. A lot of people will look at this watch and just brush it off. Unless you're a Patek Philippe fanboy or a watch enthusiast, you'll know what it is, but everybody else is just like, it's a stainless steel watch with a rubber strap that's super expensive. I like the watch. I think it's super sexy. I think it's versatile. I think it's a great everyday sports watch. I'm a fan of that rubber strap, but I can't afford, I don't got that kind of bread. But of course, your boy's always looking for these alternatives. Like I remember when I found the Casio, I absolutely fell head over heels in love with that piece. So I was wondering, did they have that version in a Patek? And they do. So just roll my music so I can put you on to what you may not have heard, the Seikonaut.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Listen, morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. This video is not gonna take too long, but I will put you on to the seller that I purchased this from. This was not sent to me, it was purchased, and I purchased it from this individual. Now, I was a little skeptical, I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's kind of like a Zelle transaction, and you gotta put the faith in the seller. But you know what? I put faith in the seller. The communication was very open and transparent. The price point was amazing, sub $300, and the guy does a bunch of modifications low-key in that same price point, and they're based out of the US. So it's really convenient, really transparent. You just gotta put a little bit of a trust factor in there. I did. He didn't know who I was in the YouTube or jewelry space, so it was perfect. It was an easy transaction, 1, 2, 3, done. And I was able to fulfill kind of that slight void, or at least manifest it into future Kuba being able to obtain his 5167 by getting my Seikonaut 39mm. Look at this fun piece right here. This is a modified Seiko in an Aquanaut style shell with an Aquanite style rubber band and a butterfly deployment clasp. But not only that, with an exhibition case back. Now this watch houses the Seiko NH35, which is a very popular movement in a lot of lower tier brands, but lasts absolutely forever. Some Invictas are found in it, and a couple of different watches that I can't remember offhand. It's an automatic movement. It has a 41-hour power reserve, which is fantastic. And it was, I think after all shipping or whatever, it was like around 250 bucks, which is phenomenal. The only problem with this particular watch that I experienced right off rip is that with this rubber clasp, you have to cut it. And you either do it with a box cutter or a scissor. But you really gotta be on point with your measurements. So I literally cut it to the perfect size of my wrist, meaning right on the wrist with no kind of movement. So at some point, if my wrist will swell, unless this rubber strap decides to break in a little bit and make it a little bit more mobile, I have something that's like condom tight on my wrist. But that's perfectly fine because I reached out to them and I was like, yo, how much is an extra strap just in case? Because you can switch the colors to like blue, green, red. They have different colors. So I got it perfect, but there's literally no lag, which there shouldn't be on the sport watch. I still can move it up and down a little bit, but once the wrist swells up, which it absolutely will, might be a bit of a problem, Houston. But you see that brushed finish case, just like the Aquanaut 5167. Super handsome piece, very low key, very understated, which is what I'm looking for in that real Patek and in this watch. Nobody's going to care, nobody's going to know. And the ones who will know, can you imagine the conversation piece? If you surround yourself in a circle of watch enthusiasts that will be like, oh, look who's got a 50, what is that? The icebreaker of all icebreakers for a bunch of watch snobs, and the giggles that are gonna come out of people's face out of happiness and maybe possible disgust is epic. Think about the watch snob reaction that people are gonna give you when they see this Seikonaut homaging a 5167 and they're like, yeah, you paid 70, I paid 250, and that's $250. The clasp on this one is kind of unusual, spring loaded, but it keeps a little bit of a tension kind of piece right here. So Clips on very easily. The clasp doesn't feel of amazing quality, but it's a sub $300 watch. Like, what do you expect? The band does not feel like a 5167. It just feels like a really kind of stiffy rubber band. But the 5167 is a lot more pliable, way more comfortable than this joint, but you're paying way more money. I'm sure for those people who are very handy, they can modify, get another strap, maybe a better quality, and just swap it out for it. I might do that as well in the future, as I'm gonna get different straps. But the same love that I have for my Casio, which gets a lot of burn, this same watch is going to get that same type of burn. An amazing movement, 41-hour power reserve, beautifully understated, looks like a very high-end luxury piece for the ones who know that know. Sub $300 and you can boost your watch collection with something fun like this, and the guy makes tons of others. Explorers, Submariners, Yacht Masters, 5711 Pateks, AP Royal Oaks, the list goes on and on in different price points, but I believe almost all of them are sub $500. So why not take the leap, and I'll give you the final wrist profile. Come on, man, you're not gonna tell me this joint ain't fun? I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. I'll put a link in the description. Shout out to them. They don't know I'm doing this, so it's perfectly fine. Let me know what you guys think of the Seikonaut. Cheesy, not your style. What do you guys think? I love y'all mother suckers from the heart, and I'll see y'all snitches next time. You know it is biggest in the game. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. CUBAKNOW. For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.